all means have won that game. So it's mostly draft-based, I'd say. I'd like to see at Finem, you know, pick something slightly more synergetic.
Draft stronger lanes.
Pick the Shadow Demon, you know. You got the Shadow Demon in the pool. Returns of Life Stealer, I hear it's pretty good.
Yeah, we know that at Finem is maybe like playing around a little bit now in terms of.
Because they're starting to have their back against the wall if they do want to play the Dreamleague finals. So.
I think they definitely do. Getting that LAN experience before the Boston Major would go a long way for this team.
Benefit them.
They have 6 losses with the loss that they just had.
So they actually have to clean sweep from here on out.
Yeah. Otherwise, they run the risk of not having their fate in their own hands. That being said, they also get like there's a little bit of a there's only 3 teams eliminated because obviously MP is already the guaranteed elimination. So perhaps you are okay with a 7-7 in terms of making it through to the LAN finals.
So you need to get top 4 out of 7 teams now with NP out, is it?
You still need to get top 4 out of 7 teams. Yeah.
But Alliance have a
7-7.
A 2-0 against them, carrying over from Na'Vi, right? So if
1-1.
Oh, it's a 1-1? Okay.
That was a 1-1.
So they actually still have a chance at 7-7.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are elaborate tiebreaker rules in place, by the way, in terms of finishing higher and lower compared to the one below and above you.
It always seems like rocket science whenever you're out in these tiebreaker situations.
Yes.
Even when you're in the middle of the tournament, teams are still like, I actually have no idea what's going to happen now.
I normally just wait, you know, if the tiebreaker happens, I'll worry about it then. Before that, let's not try and break your head around it, because otherwise it's like, if this happened, then this and this and this, and then
Most
there's like so many
extra. You know, it's
exactly.
Like somehow
so
it just works out and you're good.
Yeah, it's just easier to just let it be. We'll see it. We see where it ends up. Liquid, they ban out the Io and the Luna again, and we have the Ogre and this time the Lifestealer removed. Last time it was the Ogre together with the Slardar that got taken out by Finem. They do switch sides, so Liquid on the Dire side this time, and they secure the bounty hunter.
They take bounty.
Cheeky, that Shadow Demon is still in the pool, still not picked up.
No, it's a bad OD.
It was going to those qualifiers, it was the meta pick.
Yeah.
Everyone was first picking Shadow Demon or Luna every single game. Every team. It wasn't like just 1 or 2 teams, it was every team playing Shadow Demon. It's very strange that just a week later teams are deciding, we're not even going to bother with Shadow Demon anymore.
It could seem as if at Finem definitely wants to win this game when you pick up this OD early on and just been like, they didn't even think about it. It was like instant lock.
Yeah.
They knew they wanted it over the Shadow Demon, and it is, you know, it's one of the strongest heroes in the game right now, but it's also one of Thug's strongest heroes, so unsurprisingly.
Well, they go through the bans pretty fast as well. It is indeed an Omni Knight and Earthshaker ban. With the Nyx Assassin ban.
Yeah, even with the nerf, Omni Knight's OD combo is still frustrating to play against.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you still have the Essence Aura. And just...
Wonder if we'll see a 5th ban Bloodseeker again.
Maybe he gets picked up.
We can only hope.
You can only hope. Okay, so looking at these openings, is there any one of the 2 that you particularly favor?
I mean, as long as there's no Shadow Demon on the other side, I always favor the Bat Rider.
Still not banned, by the way.
Finem have revealed a lot more about what they're doing. They picked up 2 cores, just straight up. Like you know a lot more about what they're doing in terms of their draft. Liquid, you're probably expecting them to pick kind of a strong safe lane carry to pair with Rubik, because you don't really want to pick like a greedy farming carry like in a Rubik lane. Just seems a bit weak.
But at the same time, Finem has picked up 2 heroes that are incredibly difficult to deal with. So it's not really a sign of weakness what they've picked so far.
Yep.
Whereas Bounty Hunter very often has many immediate counters. One of them is now banned out by Finem themselves.
See if MNT finds like a Spirit Breaker type hero or something to try and match the Bounty Hunter's early roam.
I mean, if there's anybody that knows how to play against a Bounty Hunter, it's the person that plays Bounty Hunter. Probably is one of the best, if not the best, in Europe right now, which is maybe next time. So I'm gonna see what he brings to the table with this.
And Shadow Demon, it's still in the pool.
It's still in the pool.
Hey, Finem.
Just putting it out there. I mean, if you're Team Liquid, you prioritize banning the Omni Knight and the Earthshaker over the Shadow Demon. What's the thought behind that?
I don't know.
Because they don't want to pick it up
thinking
themselves,
that Finem would have picked it if they so desperately wanted it, so that it's no longer a priority pick for them. So they're just removing heroes that they do not want to play up against.
Okay.
And here's that pair with the OD very well. The Shaker has set up the Omni, of course, for the OD Omni combo.
Mind Control picking up the Void together with the Beastmaster. I think that's his best hero.
Insta support kind of counter pick, so to speak, with the Disruptor. Having someone that's pretty strong in lane to zone him, as well as the Static Storm, the Glimpse back. So
yeah, I think the Disruptor pickup is a very good one. It's also been one of the support heroes that has a lot of success lately. Also going through the Boston Major qualifiers, one of the most deadly supports. We saw Virtus Pro also use it to great use.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, Liquid is definitely taking their time in the draft. It took a long time to think about that Faceless Void pickup. Faceless Void actually also a hero that is nice against the Bounty Hunter if it was picked up by at Finem. But at Finem, of course, they already have that Bat Rider. So
no obvious like synergy for the Void yet with the rest of the lineup. Something that will have to come from the core heroes. And well, there we go. It comes out with the fourth pick. It's the Invoker.
By no means a bad hero to pick up when you have Miracle on your squad either.
That too.
Yep, I hope he's playing it. Hope it's not going to suddenly be like, oh, let's put Matu on Invoker. Seems to be what we're doing in the qualifiers. I mean, maybe he's a crazy Invoker player.
Maybe he's a god on that too, yeah.
The Void's also nice because he's that flex pick. He can go safe lane, he can also go off lane, depending on what they feel the game calls for and what's left in the pool at the end when they come to that last pick. Drow's still in the pool, actually, but I don't know. That was the hero that would put Kuro on and swap up their roles and kind of made things a bit funky for Liquid.
How about a Drow for at Finem, though?
Yeah, it's not the typical ranged heroes that you pick with the Drow, but you know, they all benefit from it, so it's not a bad thing by any means. It changes the way they'll have to approach the game, though. And I doubt they'll go for it, especially with this Riki pickup.
So Riki is the hero was actually made big by at Finem because they had Bounty Hunter banned out against them all the time when they had their first season of Dreamleague last season.
That's why he started playing Bounty, because he's like, no one lets me play Riki. I guess I got to learn Bounty Hunter.
No, there's the other way around, right?
For MNT?
Everyone banned out the Bounty.
So he's not playing Riki. Okay.
And then they were the first one to run the Riki basically as a surrogate Bounty Hunter.
PA is a pretty good pickup against Liquid's lineup.
It's good in lane versus Void for the most part. You just keep spamming those daggers and he kind of has to get pushed away from the lane pretty well.
There was no thought about it, by the way. They banned out the Drow and instantly PA.
You could even make a case for how it could get away with being mid.
Yeah. Oh, PA beats Invoker mid straight up, like
exactly.
With some support, even without the support.
I mean,
whether who helps better, whether the support duo from at Finem or Liquid is stronger.
Riki Bounty kind of similar in some ways. Not sure.
Oh yeah.
Okay, bit of interesting. This is like a alliance style pick with the gyro coming out.
It's very good with the Void though. It creates a lot of space for the gyrocopter to maneuver around and still get all of his damage output into the chronosphere. But it is, you know, the fights need to happen around chronospheres.
I also like the gyro versus the PA, just because until PA has a BKB, you're not worried about the evasion. Anytime PA blinks in, you just throw a rocket barrage, throw a cooldown as well. She's already used blink. You can't actually go on gyrocopter as a PA unless you're guaranteed to kill the gyro instantly.
I vote at Finem. I believe
in Liquid this game.
I'm actually gonna side Parker and say I really like Liquid's draft.
I figured, you know, I'm not flip-flopping. I'm just gonna go at Finem all the way. Let's hear from our commentators though. Maybe they have different opinions about how this game is gonna pan out. It is time for OD Pixel and Fog.
5 seconds remaining.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the casting desk here at the Asus RG Dreamleague. I'm OD Pixel. I'm here with Fog. We're ready to take you for the final series, the final game of the final series of the day. It is happening, of course, once again, up against Team Liquid, and very different drafts from both sides. We're seeing Gyrocopter coming back out. What do you think about the old Gyro?
I think it's kind of a response as well to the PA, too. Just because PA, you need a BKB now pretty much in order to fight at all into a Gyrocopter, just because you could get completely crushed by the barrage as well as the call down. So it's a pretty interesting pick. It's a hero that definitely struggles, and we haven't been seeing him very often just because of all the heavy nerfs. I mean, just click on the hero and look at him. He's got like 40 base damage. The rocket barrage is 7 damage per second now. He's been hit by several nerfs, but after you get through that laning phase, the hero kind of becomes what it used to be. Even though, you know, even the call down got nerfed too, he kind of still fits the job that he's supposed to be doing. High magic damage burst, and it's just like a big, devastating, low cooldown hero that can kind of run around and always keep fighting. So it's pretty interesting that they also picked up I like the Riki response. You know, it's kind of like this pub mentality. It's like, oh, this guy picks bounty hunter. You know, I'm gonna pick Riki because now we have our own bounty hunter. So it's kind of a cool thing that they did there. So it's gonna be pretty interesting to see how this plays out too, because of the big change up with the hero pickups from what we've actually been seeing recently. Shadow Demon was kind of like ignored, and the interesting bans coming out from Liquid too, with like the Omni ban and all that. They just don't want to deal with OD Omni or the Earthshaker sitting behind. So quite a game we're gonna have.
Yes, absolutely. It's, whichever way it goes, it's going to be a lot of fighting, a lot of fun, and a lot of kind of yellow plays, hopefully from both sides. And good guy Madara there, letting the mid laner take the Upsurf award, get a bit of bonus gold for Thug on the OD to start the lane off with. And we'll see how the bounty rune contention goes from both sides. It looks to be Miracle heading towards the top. He should be able to get that one. Scarlet unable to really steal that from him. And bottom lane. Finem should be able to claim his. KuroKy could look for a bit of a sneaky play. He's done it. He's only gone and done it. The madman.
They didn't have any. They only had a sentry. Yeah. They didn't even have dust prepared for him. So that's very annoying. And there's no sentry actually given to Thug in the mid lane. So I think KuroKy's just going to sit there and just kind of whack on him. Yep. So that Invoker gets a great start. And yeah, Thug didn't get a block, and they actually gave Miracle the full block. So he's going to have a big lane advantage here. And yeah, Thug's just going to get pressured pretty hard in this mid lane just by auto attack. So we're going to see the Riki movement response really quickly. Going to be a bit of a mirror showdown.
KuroKy actually taking a fair bit of a punch from this.
Got the sentry too. Taking a lot of damage, but he's okay. I want to keep an eye kind of on Skylark, at least for myself, just because he's been having, I feel like, kind of a struggle in these solo off lanes when they don't help him out at all. And speak of the devil, he's getting pressed on very aggro right now. Matumba with another rocket barrage might just be able to pick up the kill. Skylark eating his way. And yeah, speak of the devil, I say it and he dies. But mid lane, they actually pick up a kill on Miracle with the rotation of the Riki while Bounty Hunter suicides to Roche.
Damn, so kicking off already here. They tried for a Sunstrike on him, a nice read as well.
Wow, it was a sick read.
They knew he was going for the Ancient Denies, and they nearly got it. They nearly did have it.
That would have been crazy if he actually got that. Holy crap, that was a really heads-up play there by Miracle.
Down by him. Madara taking a heavy bit of harassment here from KuroKy and Mind Control. Now jump forward, looking for the block off with the Time Walk, and Madara, he may just be gone down. Mind Control can't dive for it, no. They can't get enough damage through. KuroKy now to be the one in trouble as the dust was out.
It's a little bit speedier though, that 315 movement speed kicking in, and yeah, they're not going to be able to catch him. Maybe should have turned for the Void in hindsight, just because Time Walk was on cooldown and Madara was able to get the daggers on him, but slight little error by them, maybe. So it's not that big of a deal. They at least saved Madara from dying.
He obviously get himself an ace as well. He might even be able to do something here in the mid lane. That was cause a bit of a nuisance for Miracle. They've got the Astral. MNC's to come around behind him. They'll drop down a sentry, and they get a few whacks in. Unlikely to be able to take him down though. And in fact, KuroKy is there as well to cover him.
Gives him a little extra
went in and out with a haste rune there.
That's cute.
And Miracle will salve himself up. And indeed just have KuroKy kind of hanging by his side for the time being, but across the map, CS-wise, no one falling too far behind. Maybe looking slightly better for Liquid. I mean, you know, Matumba Man getting better CS. 15 for 8 at the moment in his safe lane. Mid lane very much close between the two of them. And then, of course, the off laners, 8 for 0 against the 3 for 0. So you've got Void fighting a little bit more than the Bat in the laning phase.
Yeah, for sure. I thought that the lane was going to be mid lane, though. Some harassment going on Miracle. Don't think they're going to net a kill here, but I thought Mind Control was actually going to have a little bit more issue, even though he was able to pick up the stick and the PMS very early, just because Disruptor and PA are very, very annoying with that like constant spam, and he's only able to time walk so efficiently versus those spells. But with the rotations of KuroKy, it's giving him a really great start, really good start. Yeah, while Skylark, though, playing very aggressive here, getting some damage on Matu with a lot of sticky stacks, but he needs to watch his positioning here, too, just because he has to watch out for those 10 stick charges up on the gyrocopter, and phase boots now, so it gets much harder in this laning phase.
Yeah, MNT's coming up here, but indeed, yeah, phase and Matumba Man, that's a hard kill. Maybe GH could be a little bit more susceptible, but then we have the telekinesis lift back into the rocket barrage, and even though it did get nerfed time and time again, it's still a hefty amount of damage in the early game.
Once you get a couple levels in it, that's when it's back to what it used to be. It's the first 2 levels that kind of hurt, but not if you're Going on that. Oh, and the Satyr actually coming into play. Almost, maybe it would kill Madara. Oh my god. That Satyr ran so far just to blast him.
Yeah,
That sucked.
nearly allowed them to seal the deal with the nuke damage from the blast indeed.
They're putting so much pressure. He's got to go back and heal, and now Mind Control's free farming.
Yeah, this is a really good lane for Void.
All
He's
3
played
lanes
it really nicely.
going in the way of Liquid right now.
Yeah, it certainly feels that way. I mean, mid lane a little bit of a... wow, it's close. I was just looking at the hero levels. But yeah, CS-wise, it's still fine for Miracle. Top lane, Matumba Man is getting gone on. They have the silence. From the side of it though, GH with the telekinesis bringing back the bat. And now Matumba Man just looks to chase down MNT. MNT, is he getting out this one? Ooh,
Oh my god, but they got the Bat Rider with the flak.
Oh, Matumba.
Well, he's on a killing spree,
yeah,
so...
I mean, this is a bit of a repeat from last game. Remember, on the live stealer, he was getting a killing spree in the safe lane and perfect CS. And now on the Gyrocopter, he's given us a repeat performance.
Yep, this is the problem of Gyrocopter in like the first 2 levels is completely solved now. He has all the potential that he needs. He's gonna have his Ring of a Kill up, phase boots, level 6 any second now, and yeah, very devastating right now for Finem. Skylark having a very rough time, 3 deaths and only 4 CS on him, and he's level 3 at 5 minutes. So as we kind of been seeing happen to him quite often, he does struggle a bit when he gets left alone too long.
Yeah, this is... I kind of feel this is even more of a rough early game for Finem than game 1 was at the moment, because all 3 cores of Liquid just getting the farm, and on Finem, of course, just the 2 of them, and those 2, they are behind their respective 2 of on the side of Liquid.
Yeah, the last game, at least, Mind Control was not really getting farm. He was just getting levels. But this game, they're pressuring Madara out of the lane. He's like almost free farming up on the Void, too. Very good for Liquid right now. And Kuroki just kind of has free reign where he wants to move around right now. Level 3, he's sitting in the bot lane right now, but carrying a TP for those movements whenever he wants to make them.
Finem actually have back up now towards the mid lane. Maybe seeing if they can go for a play on Miracle. It feels like it's a hard kill for them to try and get, though.
Yeah, it's if he steps up a little bit too far and gets glimpsed back, that's probably their best situation to be able to do it. But they do get the disruption. They have the kinetic field on top of the cloud, so it's a lot of damage that they can do with the lockdown.
Let's see if he can play his way out of this one. Miracle trying to get out, turns around with the cold snap. He's not going to be able to play his way out. That one does fall, but at the same time, top lane, Matumba Man with the cooldown gets another kill, bringing down Skylark yet again. 4 kills now on the Gyrocopter.
Yeah, this lane ward from Liquid is just putting in so much work. Every time they see Skylark, they just go on him, and he gets... And GH gets sent back. Okay, glimpse to top lane. But yeah, the lane ward is just paying in so much dividends, because every time he goes up there, they are aware of where his positioning is, and they go on him. And now with Matu already level 7, max Rocket Barrage and Call Down, I don't know, Skylark going up there is just... It's hurting him a lot. Mid lane, Thug. Looks like they want to go for some pressure, but Sunstrike a little bit off the mark. Still, he's quite healthy. They would have to get a couple more things on top of that.
Yeah, he was out of bolt charges, so maybe a successful Sunstrike might have forced him to back to base.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, at the moment, the wraparound towards mid as well. Liquid have 4 members with their eyes on to Thug. Yeah, they're dropping it. No messing around. It's a big kill, so they'll commit the Chronosphere to take down Thug.
Even Matu's there, just to get the last hit with Flak.
Phase boots, 1,300 gold on top of the Aquila as well. Matumba Man in an absolutely fantastic place to be. And I guess this is exactly how you need to play it when you are utilizing a Gyrocopter. It's if you get yourself ahead and start to steamroll, these fights can be incredibly dangerous for the opponent. They'll try and jump in, but it's a good cooldown for Matu, holding back out Finem. They're trying to chase down Madara, who's looking to duke it out in the tree line, going around Dozy. One more touch would do it. Madara trying to hide. Mind Control comes around from the back, and Matumba Man, he's found himself yet another kill. It just doesn't stop for the Gyro. 6-0-1, Matumba Man, 8 minutes in. He is having a lot of fun this game.
It's something we kind of mentioned during the drafting and everything, or at the end of the draft, is this PA has such a hard time getting involved, even though he does want to, because that's the way Finem plays. Matu can just run at him with barrage and call down.
May have got a little bit too greedy here, though. He's surrounded by 3.
Yep.
Maybe
with the glimpse too.
Cool. Yeah, glimpse back down into the silence. MNT jumps in with the blink strike. They were able to punish it. That's a nice bit of gold going to MNT, ending that kill streak. And Miracle in trouble as well as Skylark comes in. Miracle.
Did he DC'd? What? Did he just accept his death?
I think he
just accepted his death. And we hear Jacob's guffaw from across the studio.
You gotta kind of respect that, because Finem held back. They're probably like,
Did he
Did
DC?
he DC?
Yeah, it looked like they actually thought he DC'd.
He probably realizes he's dead anyway, and he doesn't say anything. So, I mean, I guess he couldn't have got his way out there. So he's got no points and wakes, no ghost walk or such, and I believe Invoke was on cooldown.
Great rotations though from Finem, knowing that they need to overcommit basically in order to get any kills, and that's what they did. It's just bringing everybody for those. And GH trying to fly away.
Firefly action, it doesn't pay off. He does lose his life. But
that was
yeah, so just respect to Finem there. They did just like, are you DC, mate? We'll hold off. But
good guys.
Good guy
in general,
Finem, yeah.
as we know.
Yeah.
But now we do have a pause from Finem though. They throw out the pause. Yeah. Skylark though, definitely suffering, but with that nice little rotation in the mid lane coming in, it was much needed. Now he's level 7. He's still pretty underfarmed, and he has 5 deaths to his name, but... Yeah,
there we go, there we go. So the touch comes through. They're trying to give it to Thug. And Thug's like, did you DC, mate? And indeed, all his spells are on cooldown, so Miracle knows there's nothing he can do. But Finem, of course, just been like, wait, maybe he needs a pause. They finish him off, of course.
That's still fun to see.
They're nice. But yeah, Finem, 6 or 7 liquid with this Matuma Man gyrocopter. It's very much getting himself in a tasty place at the moment. I guess with the Ogre Club, when you're going at this pace, do you just get the Dragon Lance? Is there any reason for an early BKB against this lineup? Do you feel from Matuma Man? Well, what's better for kind of snowballing out of control? Getting the D-Lance or the BKB at this pace?
I think he can go for the Dragon Lance, but you can disassemble it as well, which is always the nice thing. But we'll see what he really wants to do. It's really up in the eyes of the beholder at that point, what he really feels. And, the next couple minutes will probably dictate how he really feels, what he needs. If he really needs that magic immunity, if he's getting like heavily punished because of not having it. But more than likely, we'll see him go for like the Dragon Lance, just because getting such an early BKB can be kind of harmful to you in later stages if it gets to that point.
Yeah, that's true.
Top tower is under attack.
Well, Chrono's going to be back up as well in a second for mind control. So again, they could look to group up and just try and find a pick. Even mind control on his own with a Chrono and a Sun Strike from Miracle could get kills across the map.
Yeah, they want to get Kuroki involved in all these though, so he gets that level 6. Even though it's 10 minutes now and the tome is up, he still wants to, get involved and get that level 6 so he can have the tracks for that extra bonus money and vision. Spartan though gets vision too. Mid lane. Yeah, Thug's gonna go down. They were trying to go for Kuroki bottom. They even committed the Static Storm, but I think Kuroki's actually just gonna live it anyway. So, bit of a misplay there from Spartan. I think the kinetic field didn't actually catch him inside of it, and yeah, Thug actually drops in the meantime to the Chronosphere in the mid lane, as we saw.
GH with the stolen shield as well. Maybe to set something up.
Dire
with
scan.
The dust. Indeed, the scan on point. They don't have the follow-up by the looks of it, though. And in fact, GH could be in trouble himself. They jump in immediately onto him with the cloud, the silence, they'll take him down. The question is if Miracle can find anything in return. Doesn't look like he can. Finem, get away with the pick-off. Not going to lose anything for that one. Mid lane is where both Mind Control and Matuma Man residing at the moment. And Matuma Man's going to look to try and make a move onto Skylark. He can't quite do it though. Skylark off into the tree line. Missile coming through. Whether it connects or not, Skylark is going to be fine in this case.
Yeah, and Mind Control did go for the Dragon Lance, as we kind of expected him to do.
MNC has eyes onto Miracle.
Yeah, but still looking very good for Liquid, even though Finem got a couple of nice kills. Just looking at the network chart especially, they have three nice transitioning cores farming very well, while Skylark is still suffering a bit, but they do want to get him involved. They instantly smoke up as soon as the Static Storm is going to be up, as well as with Lasso and with Thug, but Thug actually does not have his ultimate still, so he has the 144 build on this OD, so he doesn't have that big Sanity's Eclipse that we do love to see. Kuroki breaks the smoke, and he's going to pay with his life.
Yeah. Another freebie here for Finem.
Yep. He throws a track out though, so at least they're gonna have vision of Skylark for the next like 30 seconds or so.
Actually looking to chase for more. With MNC with the cutoff, they managed to catch out GH. Now Finem getting a bit of momentum here with a second kill in quick succession. And the bottom lane pushing in. They can look for the tier 1 and get an objective out of this one as well. They'll send MNT up to the top lane. They had 2 nice kills for Finem.
Playing Rubik into PA is actually extremely difficult. You have to be super keen on your positioning because you get daggered, you get jumped on, you can almost die in 1 or 2 hits as well because of how little your HP and how little your effective HP is because of how low your armor is.
And then 2 flies onto mind control. Some pings onto the tier 2 as well. Maybe calling for some TPs to come through to try for a kill attempt. Mind control's been getting a lot of space this game.
Yeah, what's he bringing out? I think he's bringing out the full Vladimirs on the courier. So yeah, it's a nice 12-minute treads Vladimir on your offlane void. Yeah, that's kind of the dream.
Yeah, Liquid's going to be very, very happy with that. Miracle, of course, with the quick Midas timing into the jungle, keeping the farm going.
Radiant uses a scan behind the tower, so they do catch that there are some heroes behind that bottom tier 1. And Finem decides, because the heroes are bottom, that we scanned up, we're just going to go towards the top lane and try to claim the tower.
And look at that, they'll get the last one. With the silence, they're going to have a good chance of killing him. He's trying to get himself out of the range for the static storm to make sure he doesn't get the time walk off. Nice control from Finem. And again, now a 3rd kill in a row. They'll move on to the push onto the tier 1 tower. And Finem really climbing themselves back into a very nice position. Thug's getting bigger and bigger. Madara's finding a lot across the map as well, and he's going to be able to hit a good deso timing at this rate of play.
Yeah, nice rotations there, nice scan that they use as well to kind of expect Liquid's movements and getting that great pickup on the void. More than what they want, because Skylark is still a bit behind, but he's catching up quite nicely. 1800 gold on him, he's stacking up a camp, his Blink's going to be coming at a not the best timing, but still pretty good for being 0 and 5, you know, at the first couple minutes of the game.
See, I think Kuroki is going to look for the courier snipe down towards the bottom. Can't quite get it.
He doesn't quite it. Almost.
The mid lane, MNT moving in with Thug and his invis. See if they get anything in the moment. The rest of our Finem. We've got Skylark and Madara up on the top lane, pushing in, mid lane, ready to make a bit of a go. GH setting up with the Stolen Astral into the Sunstrike, the Telekinesis, the Rocket Barrage as well. It's a clean kill for Liquid.
Nice combo.
Taking down Thug as well, one of the biggest threats on the side of Finem, of course.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, and Finem didn't really have much vision on the map, but MNT's kind of been running around trying to do some like discouraging work, just like see what's going on, gets a nice ward down the mid lane. But Liquid's vision in this game so far has been much better. If you look at the way Kuroki just been playing in the enemy jungle, putting these like very deep wards, it's just very keen on being able to see Finem's movements, and now they seize an opportunity to go for this Roshan after taking out Thug in the mid lane.
And they'll get this. No members of Finem able to contest it. A free rotation for Liquid. Aegis into the hands of Matuma Man. And he is very much ready to go and look for more of the fights that he was finding earlier.
Yeah, he picks up another Ogre Club, which could potentially be the BKB, just because of how much like the static storm on top of the cloud and everything. His miss rate, he needs something to be able to get out of it and deal with that.
Madara just 150 gold away from Desolator, so that's when we're going to really see the damage output of this Pegama line. Up top, though, it's just on the edge of the smoke. Matuma Man actually dispels it. They think it's Kuroki, so they pop the dust. They don't find anything. Matuma Man just dropping the cooldown across the tree line. Isn't going to get anyone. Finem just starting to back off. Back away from this group of Liquid who are very much hungry for a fight. Well, it looks like they won't quite get it yet.
Miracle's even walking down. He has the boots to travel.
He's going to find a DD rune as well.
Yep.
And there's the gunstop. Trying to set up a nice stolen Astral. GH keeping himself safe for the time being. Will still be dragged back into it. A crit comes through from the dagger. Telekinesis onto Thug. They've already lost one. Nice static storm. Stopping the initial chronosphere. Look at the lasso. Dragging him back. But again, with the Astral, Mind Control's going to be fine. They've jumped back. 2 down already. They're moving in onto Spartan. Matuma Man finds another. And now with the chrono onto Madara. Liquid looking to pick up the 5th. It's a team wipe. Really nicely played there by Liquid. You saw Finem doing their best, trying to hold back the threat of the Chronosphere and stuff. But the stolen Astrals, GH causing a lot of disruption in that fight, making it very hard for Finem to control the heroes that they needed to.
Yeah, they glimpsed him back, thinking that they're going to get like pretty much a free kill on him. And then he just Astrals himself, buys so much time. They even use the Riki ultimate. They throw the cloud on top of him as well, and then it gets completely turned. Miracle with that DD, as you mentioned, pretty much 3 shots to the Riki. And yeah, the fight just goes very disastrous for Finem, with Liquid just having the Aegis as well, not losing a single hero.
Gee, how tall that play was. GH has got to walk behind the tier 2 and TP down right in front of them. That was a bit of a tall play, I like that. Well, missile onto Spartan. They don't have a Rubik for this one, but Matuma Man may still be ready to fight. Post the Rocket Barrage, starting to move back into it. And they're going to go fully in on him. Matuma Pudge again, trying to turn it with a few hits. He's going to be taken down once. Miracle still in the neighborhood. Has Invoke back up in a few seconds. Miracle ready to help fight this one. Deafening Blast across them all. Knocks them back. Matuma moving in onto the Riki. Takes down MNT with the Rocket Barrage. Now have Finem. They've got to be careful. Trying to use the kinetic field to hold them back. Skylark blinking himself away. Missile's going to be coming in, heading for the head of Madara. They'll take it out. But again, Liquid coming out on top of the plays. It's Cold Snap onto Thug. Jump forward from Mind Control. GH is in there as well, but a good static somehow holds them back. They're still able to walk themselves out of it. Telekinesis onto Skylark. Sanity's a to drop, but it doesn't matter. Thug's already dead. They've lost 4 yet again. Maybe even more as Kuroki tracks up Spartan with the time dilation. They'll look to chase him. He accepts his fate. And again, Liquid wiping at Finem with some very clean team fights.
That was 3 tracks that fight, and I think it was 3 or 4 tracks the last fight. So between 6 to 7, like 5 to 7 tracks within the last two. It's 3 minutes, less 4 minutes. I think it was.
Look at the net worth of Miracle and Matuma in comparison to Madara and Thug. A few minutes ago they were neck on neck. Now there's about, it's over 3K difference between the cores.
The net worth graph really shows it.
Look at that.
Look at that. In 5 minutes, they accrued about, what, 14,000 gold lead just because of the 10-man team wipe with multiple tracks, as well as taking a tower, and the other side lanes were completely pushing this entire time. So Adfinem wasn't even getting any momentum in the other side lanes from that during their entire engagements. And now he even has a BKB up on the gyrocopter for extra
They're playing
security.
this lineup really, really nicely. We don't see a lot of gyrocopter. But Liquid here is showing us that when you've got the right gameplay, the right kind of plan, that the draft to pull it off, it's absolutely perfect. He offers so much to these kind of skirmishes, especially with this kind of team around him. You've got Miracle with a reliability on the Invoker, coming in from the side, dropping in a Deafening Blast, alacritying up the gyrocopter as well. And then, of course, Kuroki on the bounty, tracking up the team, making sure that the flat cannon hits always connect because of that vision.
Yeah, and we discussed it a bit earlier, how good Rubik really is versus OD, just because you always steal Astral, and he's just showing off pretty much at this point.
GH has shown us a really strong performance. I didn't get to see the Liquid games the other day, but here today, with these 2 Rubik performances, it's looking good.
It's one of his, I think, most played heroes that he plays in pubs as well. So he's very good at it. He's very keen on knowing what heroes it's good versus too, because this guy plays more pubs than anyone. Thug,
and
getting chronoed up.
They just chrono up Thug. It's the kill that they're happy guaranteeing, and they get it. And they may be able to move on for more. Adfinem already trying to split, get themselves the hell out of there, but the tracks are laid down from Microchur as he jumps forward. Kuroki getting themselves the vision with those tracks, getting the extra goal, 2 down. MNT to be taken down as well. Again, it's another team fight where Adfinem are just losing members, and Liquid, they're not paying any sort of price. They just aren't going down themselves. It's track gold on top of track gold. And Liquid just really getting into this kind of flow that at this stage, Adfinem just don't have the means to stop.
And GH goes in again, Astral up on Madara. Madara's forced to blink out, but yeah, he should be just fine. Oh, GH, the daggers. But still. Oh, another glimpse. But he Astrals himself again, and he even has blink afterwards, so he should be just fine, and they'll be able to get lots of damage on this tier 3 and probably able to bring it down. But Adfinem all are respawning right now. They decide they want to play it safe. They have such a big lead right now. Giving up any kills is just devastating.
It really is nice. It really is nice to see just kind of this Rubik kind of counter to the OD kind of play. And now with the lasso onto Miracle, trying to bring him in, but Matuma just going in on the backline. Super spot, he is falling low. He's going to get bursted by the Sanity Eclipse. So they've lost the Gyro this time around. A big kill for Adfinem. The question is if they can get anything more. Looks to get themselves out. Kuroki, he's actually going to be fine. They'll drop a sentry, but Kuroki just out of range now. He'll be A-okay, and in fact, they may come back in. They've got eyes on Madara. The telekinesis into the Chaos Meteors. Liquid punish Madara's greed. GH jumping in for more.
Oh, bit of a misclick there.
By the Astral. Oh, was that his own Astral?
I think that was his own Astral. I think he double tapped that after stealing. I think he was trying to put Thug under, but either way, Madara buyback gets a nice crit on GH.
I'd love to get something more. On control. Without time walk again, they need a crit or 2. Are they going to get it? Oh, good Cloud. Good Cloud gets the kill. Double kill for Madara. But as you said, it did cost the buyback. But those kills, of course, with the lead that Liquid had, every kill worth a lot of money to Adfinem. So it will be a favorable gold swing, considering those pickoffs. But still, the overarching lead definitely in favor of Liquid. And at Finem, they're going to need to come out with a few more of those plays to get themselves really back on top.
They have to be careful, though. Ad Finem's grouping up for this tower, but Liquid is in position. Void's going to be respawning in 20 with Chronosphere and Blink. They might just want to go anyway without the Void.
On the sidelines, though, MNT's got eyes on them. He knows what's about to be kicking off. The dust comes out, there'll be an Astral immediately from Thug. Slark has lasso in a couple of seconds, and the Silas is there, jumps forward, gets the lasso onto Miracle, but already Matuma Man moving in with the cooldown. The BKB focuses Spartan first. That's going to be one out. Now he's turning back to help the teammates. Thug tanking the tower. A double kill from Matuma Man. They'll take down the bat as well. And oi, 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 a fourth to melt as the meteor comes crashing through. Madara, the last man left alive, but a homing missile about to rise upon his head. There's Miracle, picks up the triple kill. Again, another team wipe. And you just cannot afford to have 3 team wipes against a lineup that has a bounty. It's going to be money, money, money into the pockets of Liquid. The momentum well and truly in their hands. And with Madara down for 45 seconds, this is going to be a very hard defense for Finem to hold.
Yeah, Liquid just has, I mean, more than what they even need to be taking these fights. When you have a Guardian Greaves on your Bounty Hunter at 20 minutes, level 11 already, it's really hard to fight into this, especially with all the other team fight potential that Liquid already has and what they drafted with.
Right, goodbye Miracle.
Miracle gets sent all the way back, gets the Astral, the Force Spirit, but yeah. Pretty sure he still gets sent back anyway.
He would have still got sent back anyway. Yeah.
But still, he tried, you know. The effort was made to try to keep Miracle there. Yeah, one set of racks claimed already at 24 minutes with a bounty hunter in your team. That's some good stuff right there.
It really is.
And they're just gonna run right back. Miracle's like, you send me back home, well, you know what? I buy a Dragon Lance then, and I'm gonna come right-click you. So we have a Dragon Lance Invoker.
Why not? Why not? At this stage of the game, I guess it helps with the tower pushing as well.
When you already have level 16 on this Invoker, 24 minutes with Aghanim's, I mean, you're kind of a right-clicking force with Alacrity anyway.
Pick up whatever you want at this stage for Miracle, really.
Yep.
And the push comes through. Tier 2 to fall up on top lane. There will be a jump in as Skylark looks for GA. Dragon back, static storm laid down, but Matuma Man coming in hard with the cooldown, hitting onto Thug, looking to focus the OD first. Heading up to the north, Thug slides himself up to the high ground with the 4-star, but mind control's there. Has eyes onto Skylark. Skylark trying to get himself away with the Firefly, but he's going to go down. Matuma Man gets the touch in. Mind control jumps forward, hits the bash. Thug turns around, drops the Sanity's Eclipse. They've only lost the Rubik though, Liquid, and again, they're taken down 2, and Thug the big kill as well, and Miracle just cleans up MNT in the mid lane. They're losing 3, they're only getting 1. They've got to tap out. It's getting all too brutal for Finem, but Liquid just looking really, really good, and GH's Rubik's play very, very nice, and it's always refreshing to see a pick like Gyrocopter come through, a pick that a lot of teams just don't like to touch and have this amount of success.
Yeah, for sure. I think that big factor though was Skylark just dying so much in that off lane definitely gave Matumba just like kind of free reign on just running around throughout the game. Like he even ran mid super early. He wasn't really needed, but he was able to rotate so much. But yeah, Liquid looking sharp. Very clean movements. They were pretty keen on what their objective was of this game, and it kind of just took Finem off guard. I think that the draft was very hard as well for Finem to kind of play it out,